Hello and welcome back to Chasing Trophies. And today I have a very special guest. He's very close to our hearts, and he's been part of the brand. He's still part of the brand. I have Gianni Battici with me, FPL expert, football expert, Italian fan, Chelsea fan, man, Gianni, welcome to Chasing Trophies. This is your debut on this channel, but it's not your debut on. You're the original host. You're supposed to be introducing all of us.
No, man, it's lovely. Do you know what? It's nice to be the guy that's the one that's sort of introduced and the pundit rather than the host. So, mate, I'm loving this. Thank you for having me. It's lovely to be back on the family of chasing channels. So, yeah, it's good to look, mate. It's lovely to see you first and foremost. How have you been, and how is Toronto?
All good, man. I mean, it's been a long time. We used to talk every day. Now we talk once in a while, but hopefully during this World Cup we'll be talking more. I missed you a lot, and you, Dean, we're all one family. Faz is also asking about you guys. But yeah, Toronto is good. It's nice and sunny right now. It's like 26, 27 degrees. For me, it's perfect weather. For some people, it's getting hot over here. The preparations have started for the World Cup. I think it's not like 100% yet in place, and I think there's going to be some issues in terms of organization, particularly the public transport and the traffic. But that's what happens in every World Cup. We have some drama, right, leading up into it.
Yeah, so I've not looked fully at the schedule in terms of what team's playing in what city. I was pleasantly surprised to see. I see the USA first two games are LA and then Seattle.
Yeah.
Canada games, are they Toronto and Vancouver?
Vancouver.
They're both.
Yeah. So the first game is going to be against Bosnia. It will be here, and then I think the next game, I don't know if it's Qatar or somebody else, that's going to be in Vancouver. So the biggest problem is, before we start, like the biggest issue with Canada was they were banking on Italy to make it, your team.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge Italian population. Yeah, massive. And now I went to the mall just yesterday, right, and was just looking out at jerseys and stuff, and now all the Italian jerseys, they've slashed the prices by $100 or something. They put it at 200 plus because they assumed Italy is going to be in the World Cup, but they're not getting sold because unfortunately there's less Italian fans coming in. But it is what it is. But I wanted to start off asking you what your first World Cup memory was.
Do you know what? My first footballing memory is a World Cup one, and you can just about see it on that image behind me. That's a picture of Roberto Baggio's missed penalty at USA 94. It was at the Rose Bowl in LA. Roberto Baggio is at the time the world's best player. Him and Romario, and it's Brazil versus Italy. The two number 10, two world's best players going head to head. It goes to a shootout. He's been player of the tournament so far, Roberto Baggio, and he missed the decisive spot kick. Now, I was kind of like 7, 8 years old, but I don't remember watching it. I remember sitting at the top of the stairs because it was, I don't know, I guess it was really late night. I just remember my dad's reaction. He was like, I just remember him like screaming. That's kind of my first World Cup memory. And then the one I really remember in terms of World Cup was France 98 in terms of like, as a spectacle viewing it. That was the one where Ronaldo was the world's best player. And there was loads of like, is he going to make the final? He had an injury. And then obviously Zidane's France went on to beat Ronaldo's Brazil. And that was, wearing that shirt. But yeah, World Cups are the best, man. I think it's the pinnacle. Like some will say the standard in club football, like Champions League is better and bigger. But for me, nothing beats a World Cup. It's the ultimate sporting thing, the Football World Cup. It's unbeatable.
Yeah, I mean, not many people would know, like, because you are an FPL expert and you're looking at all the stats, the data and everything, but you do enjoy your football, especially Italian football. You watch Italian leagues and everything. And growing up, I'm sure, like, there's been a huge shift, right? Like when you were growing up, Italy was like the number one team, that solid defense. They had, 2006. My first World Cup memory was 2002. And it was a bad memory because like Saudi lost to Germany 8-0. we were all excited. But in 2006 I remember that's when we started getting older and like, we were right into football. And Italy, like we fell in love with them, man. Like even though I didn't support them, but like Pirlo, Cannavaro, Del Piero, man, that goal against Germany. I know the first goal, I forgot to score that. Everyone was talking about the first goal, but that simple finish from Del Piero is still stuck in my mind. You won't even believe it. But Italy winning that World Cup, obviously. But yeah, you've seen some great players over the years. I wanted to ask you also about what your thoughts on England is, because many people won't know, like, you are actually an Italy fan, not an England fan, but I'm sure that you have interest in England, especially with the FPL coming up. But your thoughts on England, because every time we hear it's coming home, but what's going on in the England camp this season?
Do you know what? As a kid growing up, like it's weird because I've only ever lived in England. I'm half English. I sound very English. All my friends support England, but because I kind of grew up watching football with my dad, I was always very pro Italy, and because
Yeah,
of that, England became the opposition. And again, because of to banter all my friends, it was always like, yeah, I hope England lose and all that. Now, of course, I don't want England to lose, but I don't have any emotional attachment to them. So honestly, for me, if Spain win the World Cup or Saudi win the World Cup or England win the World Cup, like it doesn't matter. It's just not my team. So yeah, but of course, because I follow English football and FPL and the Premier League, I've got a keen interest in the England team. There's always drama with the England team. I do
yeah,
think on paper, they've got as good a team as they could wish for. I think the back line, when you look at like the golden generation of that 2006 World Cup and even the last few, the
yeah.
defense worries me a little bit. Like I've never seen Pickford as an elite goalkeeper, and I think you've got to have an elite goalkeeper to win the World Cup. I think the centre-back pairing, knowing Stones hasn't played all season, and it could be him alongside... I'm trying to think. It's either Stones and So
Oh,
Mark
Consa,
Gahey is
or
locked,
yeah,
and then it's
yeah,
Konza or Stones with Mark Gahey.
with my game.
That feels like a fairly vulnerable centre back partnership. Although of course there's quality all over the pitch. And Harry
Yeah,
Kane, man, I want it for
yeah.
Kane. I'd love England to win the World Cup for Harry Kane because he's such a baller and he's obviously not won much and he deserves trophies because he's that good.
Absolutely, absolutely. Were you surprised that Palmer wasn't picked? He's your boy. He's gotten you a lot of points in the past, but he brings that creativity right to the team, and he's someone who's not afraid to take a shot. From outside the box and like try something different. He's a risk taker as well. So were you a bit shocked seeing that?
Man, he's had a bad season. I get it, but when you've got someone with that ability, he's just a bit of a maverick, a wild card. Someone you can take a risk on. I feel like every squad should have that player that brings that bit of X factor that can come off the bench and do something. Now, 2 years ago in the Euros, Palmer was a squad player, but he was in the squad and he came on and scored in the final. Like Palmer has scored big goals and he's done it in the Club World Cup, again in the US. He won Chelsea the Club World Cup. That game against PSG, that final was all Cole Palmer. Did you see the Nike released their advert the other day? They put Cole Palmer like he was the only English player in it. Like he was nailed on for the squad 6 months ago. And I understand form is important, but I also think having the X factor. Now, Cole Palmer is a better option on the right-hand side than Madueke. I know Madueke is an out-and-out winger and Cole Palmer's a 10, but come on. Like, how's Madueke made the squad and Cole Palmer hasn't? That's a joke.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I'll just take a couple of comments. Fantasy, if Maguire would be there, I would have supported England. But ability-wise, Trent should be there. Insane creativity. Your thoughts on that, Trent Alexander-Arnold?
Yeah, I understand like there's a defensive weakness there. But again, as a bit of something different against teams when you've got loads of the ball, you want to be playing players like Trent. But Tuchel hasn't gone for players with X factor and ability. Otherwise, he's picking Foden and Palmer and Trent, right? They're the three most talented English players probably of this generation. Like those three in terms of complete ballers, they're there. But then what's their mentality like? What are they like around the squad? What are they like around the dressing room? If they're not being picked in the 11, are they sulking? And Tuchel's trying to create this team environment. And with that, he's picked personalities, especially for those that aren't in the 11. Would you rather Cole Palmer sulking on the bench or would you prefer a better professional around the dressing room? And
That's
someone
what
like
it is.
a Dan Burn hasn't been picked because of his ability. He's probably not going to get a single minute, but he'll be good to have around the camp.
That's a very good point you made. Like, it's basically you need some team. That's probably why Ivan Toney is picked as well. Apparently, he's had a chat with Tuchel has had a chat with Tony, and he's basically said, we need you in the last 5 minutes of the game or even in stoppage time. That's when you need you, and we need you for penalties.
Yeah, he takes a better pen than anyone, doesn't he? And also, man, like he's played in Saudi, so he understands the weather.
Yeah, that's a huge point. And by the way, I saw him play when there was the game against Nasser Cristiano Ronaldo's team. And at that time there was 3-4 players missing from his team. He led that attack. He gave a couple of assists and scored a goal as well. And I'm like, man, they need to take this guy. But the reason why a lot of people in England have questioned that. But the reason why they've taken him is, one, I think the weather, and the second thing is because, like you said, he's not expected to play, and he's not going to sulk on the bench because he knows I'm going to play in stoppage time, or I'm going to play in the last 10-15 minutes.
Yeah,
So
exactly that. And he's a great option off the bench because you've got, depending on the game state and the opposition, you can bring in an Ollie Watkins or you can bring on a Tony. They're very different strikers, which again, covering different profiles of player in the attacking third is really important. But then again, that begs the question, why didn't Palmer go? Because no one can do... I thought Palmer or Foden with that skill set would be a really valuable addition to the squad. But I also understand he wants to create a team, not a team that's going to be living together away from their family and friends for 6 weeks potentially. Like that's even more with the build up. So yeah, there's things we probably don't fully understand as fans. It's not just what's their ability on the pitch. It's about creating that team.
Yeah, and they think about it, Johnny. I don't know if you know, their base is in Kansas now for this World Cup, and they've picked a hotel with 55 rooms, which is not something regular in America. You normally have rooms which are 200, 300, 400 rooms. They've picked that room and they've customized it to their liking. So they've added they have their own. The football training pitch is right there. They have their own rehabilitation center now. They've added those pools and those kind of things. Then they've bought their own chefs. So there's a lot of planning going into it. It's just not about this guy hasn't scored. There's a lot of things going into this World Cup, and I'm sure that's how they picked the squad as well.
Yeah, exactly that. It's the bases are really interesting, like where you stay, because England were really criticised about 2006. They stayed in a town in Germany called Baden-Baden in the hills, but it was the first World Cup. They invited the wives and girlfriends to come and stay.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
So they weren't in the same hotel, but they were in the same town. And the press attention of having all the wives and girlfriends was seen as a real negative amongst the press and the reputation there. So England have been criticised in the past for their choice of location and choice of hotel and how they go about it with the sort of approach of families. But because at the time, like Victoria Beckham and Cheryl Cole were the wags staying in the same town, and there was just too much of a media frenzy because they were there. So staying in a small hotel in Kansas is probably sensible,
Yeah, 100%. Thoughts on Nico O'Reilly? For me, he was one of the best Man City players this season.
Oh, yeah. Do you know, in my fantasy team, I had O'Reilly straight away, but because I'm wildcarding in match day 3 and England have got a tough opener against Croatia, I've gone against O'Reilly, but I'll have him, no doubt. I think he'll invert, and I think he'll be a number 8, number 10 position quite often. Reece James will be the starting right back, right? And Reece James, to keep him fit, you can't let him gallop forward like he used to under Tuchel with wing backs. Otherwise, Reece James gets injured and pulls hamstrings. So Reece James is going to sit quite often in a back 3, certainly in possession. And then O'Reilly, they'll just move along and it'll be a back 3 quite often where O'Reilly is not high and wide, but high and fairly central. And O'Reilly used to be a number 9. And until the age of 17, he was a number 9 in the City Academy. So he knows where the net is. And we've seen that in FPL. That's why he's so comfortable.
That's why he's scoring, yeah.
So I think he's gonna score, will he score goals? He'll be a goal threat because he's tall and they'll put crosses in and they'll be physical and he'll late box crashing runs. I like O'Reilly very much.
Yeah, and right now this is the perfect time for me because Gianni's done this for me a lot. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Gianni Buttice. That's the channel, right? We'll put the link in the description. Gianni, you can drop it in the comments as well. You're gonna get the latest FPL, but before that, the World Cup fantasy content as well. He'll let you, if you are playing the World Cup fantasy, which you should, it's going to be a lot of fun. He'll give you all the tips. And Gianni, it's a bit complicated this time, or is it better than the Qatar one, the fantasy?
Do you know what? The Qatar one was great until the game started, and then it was full of bugs. So until the first ball has been kicked, we don't know. At the moment in the drafting stages, it's lovely, and we've got all these cool new chips. But then who knows what sort of problems they have when the first ball is kicked? I don't know.
Yeah. And if I beat Gianni, I get a special prize because I haven't beaten him till now in fantasy football. What do you think about Mexico and teams playing at altitude? Some teams have arrived a bit late to acclimatize themselves. I think this is a question from Ashutosh. This is a very good question about the conditions. And because I was listening to Graham Souness and another player, Gianni, former players, they were saying it's ridiculous. It's really hard to play in that kind of altitude in Mexico. And England potentially might play Mexico there, either in the round of 16 or quarterfinals or something like that.
Yeah, man, it's massive. That would be a huge game against Mexico City in their city. I think the altitude could be a problem. Like teams like Ecuador always play at altitude. And
Yeah.
when you look at their home record, they win every game. No team can score against Ecuador. I think they conceded something like 2 goals in 8 games or something in qualifying at home because it's such a different ball game at altitude. So yeah, that'd be wary. I've just come back from Mexico City, and you do feel it. Even walking
Oh
around the
wow.
city, you
Yeah.
feel it. Like it makes a difference to your breathing and stuff. But yeah, I think the weather, the altitude, but also the home support. So like USA, Mexico, and Canada, they're going to have a 12th man, aren't they? Like I think Mexico and Canada, and they're both in good groups. USA have got a harder group, but again, I expect all 3 teams to come first or second in their group, and which is great for the home nations. And I'm excited for you guys as local people in those cities that will really be able to enjoy the World Cup because you'll have winning teams as well. I know you're supporting Saudi, but Canada too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, because we're here, and obviously, like we'll have to support them too. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting what you said about you were there, especially a few months ago. So you probably know how the situation is, ground zero.
Yeah.
English team I heard was training in special heat temps to acclimatize themselves.
Oh,
Uh, Terry was there in 2006. We will be creating a fantasy league, and hopefully Gianni will join us, and we'll join his fantasy league as well. I'm sure if you just go to his channel, you
yeah.
can
I'll put
find
the
it
code
everywhere.
in. I'll put the code
Yeah,
in the chat now for those that want to join my league. But do you know what? The game could be really fun if there's not bugs. There's a few funny chips though, like which sound great, like the 12th man. And there's a max captainship where automatically your highest scorer gets the most points,
yeah,
for captaincy. But
uh, yeah.
yeah, there's loads of in-game management, which is where we hope we don't get the bugs.
Yeah, Jenny, I had a couple of questions on these two teams because I don't know how you feel, but we're similar age group. You started watching like in '94. Mine was probably
I'm an
'98.
old
Was
man.
yeah, '98? I only saw the final. 2002 was my thing. So we're similar age group, but we both saw Brazil and Germany dominate like in the 2000s, right? And
Yeah,
now, yeah. But your thoughts on like Brazil? Um, because I really want them to do well because I know that's going to be the most entertaining thing. If they start playing that samba football, they pick a pass, they do and do those tricks. I heard with Ancelotti as well, they're going to be a bit
yeah.
more expansive with that 4-2-4. But yeah, your thoughts on Brazil and also your memory of watching Ronaldo and these guys as well.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you've asked me about Brazil. And you're right. Like when you think World Cups, you think Brazil. Like
Yeah,
as for our generation, and
yeah,
even the generation before us, like my dad's generation, would they think World Cups? They think Brazil. Um, it's not the best team on paper, but and I'm gutted that Wesley is injured because he would have been the starting right back. He's had a good season at Roma. But I look at the managers in international football, and they're never as good as the managers that we see in the Champions League knockout or even in the Premier League. Like there are a lot more better managers in the Premier League than there are even in the World Cup. International managers, often they used to be, but at the moment they're not the top end. If I'm ranking the best international managers, without shadow of a doubt, Brazil are one that do genuinely have a world-class manager. And I think
mm,
that could be a difference maker. Ancelotti has been there, done it. He knows how to manage big personalities. We saw it at Real Madrid. We saw it at AC Milan. We saw it at PSG. I think Brazil could do better than people expect. And Vinny Jr.'s got, like, I watched Brazil in the last World Cup in Qatar. I went to a game. Watching Vinny Jr. live, I didn't really understand how good he was until I watched him live. It was against Switzerland. He was amazing. Um, Obviously, Neymar's injury, I don't think matters because I don't think he was getting in the 11 anyway. I'm interested to see that front lineup, though. Cunha, Rafinha, Vinny Jr., like that's 3, but who's the number 9 there? He's
Thiago.
experimented with, yeah. Does he play Thiago or Endrick? Or does he play neither and play Vinny or Rafinha or Cunha as the 9 and an extra midfielder like Lucas Paqueta gets in the 11 alongside
Ah,
Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes? So that's going to be really interesting. Who leads the line for Brazil? Because we don't fully know yet.
yeah, and that's so weird, right? We always knew Ronaldo is there, Rivaldo is over there. Like we knew they had their strikers sorted all the time. And I'm glad you said Cunha because a lot of people were upset with me when I was putting Cunha in my 11, but he has to play, in my
I
opinion, man.
think he
The guy,
does.
yeah,
I think Cunha, who was given the number 9 shirt, but Cunha, Vinny, and Rafinha, those 3 attackers have to start. But
love.
all 3 of them, their best position is not the number 9, right? Cunha's best position is inside left or a 10. Vinny Jr.'s best position is inside left or left of a front three. And Rafinha's best position is right of a front three. So whichever one of them has to play the number 9, you're playing in a weaker position for them, which is why he might just go with Igor Thiago or Endrick. I'm not sure. I don't know if he'll know, but you can see in the warm-ups, he's experimented with both of them, and he's experimented with Rafinha, false 9. So that lineup's going to be key. The beauty of just playing the 3 of them means you can then play a midfield 3, which I think complements Bruno Guimaraes and Casemiro, having an extra midfielder in there, and it will probably be Lucas Paqueta. If you end up playing a number 9 like Igor Thiago and Endrick and those 3 attackers, you've then only got a midfield 2 of Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes. And I think that might withdraw a little bit of Bruno Guimaraes, especially his attacking ability.
Yeah, I mean, good points over there. Before I know that you have to go soon, Gianni, but like I just wanted to ask you a few questions. It's a bit of fun, but your predictions top 4 semi-finalists for the World Cup.
Yeah, I haven't looked fully at the sides of the draw, but I think...
Have you done the simulator by any chance?
Not. Am I right in thinking Spain and France are the same side of the draw? So that would be one semi-final, Spain and France. Okay. And then England, Brazil could play in the quarters, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Brazil beat England.
Nice one.
Yeah, I'm going to say Brazil in one semi-final.
Yeah.
Versus the other semi-final, Spain-France. I'm going to say Spain beat France. So I'm going to say a final of Spain versus, I think Argentina, Brazil will be the other semi. I'm going to say Spain beat Brazil in the final.
Spain beat Brazil in the final. That is crazy.
Mate. Imagine Yamal is the one that comes good in the knockout rounds, because he's not going to start match day 1 or 2 because of the injury, but he could start versus Uruguay match day 3. Could even start against Saudi or get minutes against them in match day 2. But Yamal could be player of the tournament. We know he's the best. We know how amazing he is. Yeah. But
it's so weird, right?
In the first week or 2.
Yeah, it's so weird that he hasn't played a World Cup yet, but he's the best player to watch out for in this World Cup. That's crazy. Yeah. We're going normally like Ronaldo in 2002, he was hyped up after what he did in '98. But Lamine hasn't done anything in World Cups yet, but he's been incredible. There's one team that you missed out over there, so I just want to touch up on that because there's a huge fan base for that team just for one man. And that team is Portugal, and the man is Cristiano Ronaldo. So I'm assuming that you think that that Ronaldo is going to start, and that's why you don't think Portugal is going to.
Mate, the Portugal squad is so stacked. They've got the best midfield as well, with Bruno Fernandes, alongside the 2 from PSG, Vitinha and Neves. Like, that's the best midfield 3 at the World Cup. I spoke to some fans in Mexico, right? I did some Vox Pops. They'll be out on Instagram in a few days, where I asked them who's going to win the World Cup. And you'll no doubt do the same thing in Toronto. Yeah. I was gobsmacked. About 50% of my answers from speaking to maybe 20 people said Portugal. Because of Ronaldo. It's not Argentina because of Messi, although it is for some, but massively it's Portugal, Ronaldo will win the World Cup. So globally, I think the draw is just, as you all know from Toronto, it's going to be outrageous for Ronaldo. So fair play. I wish him all the best.
Yeah, no, 100%. They do have a solid team, but in the World Cup, you need a bit of luck. You saw Argentina last time as well. You were in Qatar. They did win on penalty. They were lucky in that Netherlands game, man, to be very honest with you. And there's a few games where they won on pens and stuff. So whoever's going to win the World Cup, you'll have to sort out that penalties as well, right? That's where you have to absorb the pressure and make sure that you're a bit calm.
100%. They'll all be, when they get to the knockouts, their training sessions will no doubt end with penalties because it's so important to prepare for. And often those penalties comes down to just luck with the toss. I think going first in the shootout, a 60% winner, it's around 60% win if they're first. And then what end you're at is important. So that's luck. But then obviously it comes down to the skill and the composure. Yeah. It's not the talent. Kicking a ball for 12 yards is easy for all these players. It's the pressure. Does it get to you? Does it not? And then obviously the ability of the goalkeepers. Massive. Yeah. So, man, penalties are probably the biggest drama we will see in this World Cup. There will be a shootout in a semi-final or a final, one of the knockout games, where it will be a headline memory forever in the World Cup when Ronaldo missed a penalty and Portugal lost to England in the semi-final or something. There's always that big moment in a penalty shootout, and I'm here for it.
No, 100%. And do you agree that France is probably one of the favorites? On paper, they're the strongest team with the squad that they have. They're
It's
probably
weird
the
because their
strongest.
form's not been amazing, but
Yeah.
Mbappe, Dembele, and Elise front three is ridiculous. And then you've got players like Cherki and Desiree Doué that probably aren't even in the 11.
They're not in the 11, yeah.
The bench.
That's insane. Your golden boot, top 3 if you want to say 1, 2, 3.
I think Kane, because I think he probably racks up big numbers against Panama. He always gets the pens, Kane. I'm going to go Kane will be 3rd. I'm going to go Ronaldo because I think Ronaldo will, again, he's on the pens. He'll be amazing. And then I'm going to go for... I'd like to think a Spanish player because I think Spain get to the final, but Arrizabal will probably be their number 9, and I don't know how many goals he'll rack, and he probably won't be on pens. So I don't know. I'm going to say Ronaldo Kane actually will probably be my 2.
Ronaldo and Kane. No Haaland for you, this time around.
I think Haaland will score a few in the groups. He's got a rack. One of his games is a rack, like his opener. I like Kane. I like Ronaldo for just the fact that they're talismanic and they're on pens and they play a lot of the minutes.
Yeah, and also probably France and Spain, they'll distribute the goals, right? I mean, Yamal, Mbappe, it might be distributed around them. Yeah.
Although Mbappe's got... I think Mbappe's close to the ultimate World Cup goals record.
Yeah, already.
He did it this World Cup already.
Yeah.
So I must say, I'll put Mbappe in my 3 as well, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and your dark horse for the tournament? Or if there's a couple?
I love this. I'm going to say Uruguay, because I think South Americans will be strong because of the climate, and they've got Marcelo Bielsa. I like Uruguay's dark horses, I like Uruguay. I like Morocco as well, man.
Morocco.
They got to the last 4 of the World Cup last time.
Are they champions right now, AFCON, or no? We don't know yet.
I can't remember if they actually get it or not. I think they were officially, but yeah.
No, that's a good shot. Yeah, I'm going to go with actually Scotland, Ecuador. These 2 are, and Turkey. I love Turkey, man, Gianni. Like they're like, nostalgia. 2002, 2008 Euros, Turkey. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think Jenny, you have to go now. But you'll be hopefully with us soon. We'll discuss a few. Yeah, so we'll discuss a few more things going to work. But that was an amazing chat. Hopefully we get Dean back as well for a bit and do a reunion kind of situation. But yeah, this is Gianni, our original Chasing Green Arrows host. Yes, you were going to say something.
Thank you for having me. And thank you to everyone watching. Make sure you're subscribing if you're new around here. But also check out Chasing Trophies on Instagram, because we might do a live or 2 with my channel and Mus's channel on Instagram when we're out and about. So make sure you're hitting all those follows and likes, guys. And yeah, Mus, I will speak to you on WhatsApp, but I'll be back on sometime soon. Thanks, man.
Perfect. Great to see you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye. What's up, everybody? That was Mr. Gianni from England. What's going on, Ashutosh? Won't be shocked if Haaland wins Golden Boot even after getting knocked out. That could be in Colombia for Shakira, Scotland for Natalie Pike. No Mbappe, Gianni, he is the best player in the world. Yeah, I think that's what you're saying. Maybe Mbappe could be an option as well over there. Ojarzabal might go for Golden Boot. He could be, man. But again, they might distribute. Now, Phantom will look goals. They might distribute it in and around. करके थक गया कोई बात नहीं यार. Please, no Mbappe. I have enough of that guy getting glazed. What's up, man? Why no Colombia for? Man, that's a good thing. A good shout. I mean, not just for that, but also the Colombia, man. I really like that team, bro. I actually had a friend from Colombia from my school. We grew up together, and he always talk about, Falcao, James Rodriguez, and stuff. So I बोलता था कि no man, forget Colombia. But then I watched so much football with them that I started liking that team, bro. Hi, Musti, bro. What's up, man? Thanks for you here. We'll try to be regular for FIFA World Cup. Yeah, bro. I think Keshabai got you ready. I've been seeing in the last few days, but be regular, man. And get Brazil to win. Brazil, yo, man, Jimmy, you almost baited me, man. Brazil could win, man. Brazil could win, but I think Brazil are not the favorites like how we like France are, Spain are, even Argentina. But they like it's weird to say this, but they do have like an outside chance, and if they start clicking with them, and then once they stop piling hate on Argentina and Messi, Netherlands ke nahi bande se. Yeah, I'm not spreading hate, man. I just said they were lucky. I don't think that is hate. So basically, now is nostalgia, and now Dean coming or what? Yeah, I'm definitely going to try and get in touch with him. He is in San Diego right now, so I'm going to try calling him, and if he can come on one of these days, that would be amazing as well, man. It'll be Chasing Green and Arrows reunion. These guys, I worked with them for 4 years. They're thorough professionals. They know the game inside out. Obviously, they have their opinion. It doesn't always match with people, but you see, like Gianni, he's lives in England and everything, but he supports Italy. But he understands football. Dean also understands football, and he's in America right now. So I'm sure, like he has. He's also, by the way, working for the Athletic. I don't know if you know, Athletic is a big sports company. They do a lot of articles and yeah, Netherlands for that. Go visit Panama, man. What you doing, bro, man? Where is the training ground? Is it there? I don't know. There's a training ground right in front of me, but there's no Panama there. Uh Go Palmer in the Euro final. Check out what happened. That's the man. Like they should have taken him, bro. But I guess it's inconsistent thing. Brazil team is too much all over the place in terms of team play. If they win this, is the most the Carlo Ancelotti thing that can happen. Yeah, man, and you never know if Vinny starts smoking. I know Athletic. Yeah, man, it's working. They're doing articles and stuff. It's a massive company, and they have great journalists, man, like next level. And they do different types of content. They have podcasts as well. The Athletic, you can watch it on YouTube and Spotify. You can listen to it, and they also have the app where you can read all these articles. And there's a lot of good tactical information and everything over there. डेविस को बढ़िया करना होगा वरना कोई अपना ओलंपिक्स बोर्ड फ्लेक्स करते रहेंगे if you know you talking about Alfonso Davies. Alfonso Davies is not gonna play, man. He's injured. I don't know when he's gonna come back, but maybe if they make it to the knockouts. Mostly right, take it back in बैठ जाओ ट्रेनिंग देखने. Yeah, bro. मतलब ट्रेनिंग यहाँ से तो नहीं देगा. पैनामा का देखना है. केशव भाई wants to see Panama training. Alfonso Davies, that's my guy, man. Top G, bro. Where does he live? There, Ashutosh bhai, Alfonso Davies in one of these buildings. The Goenka's is over there. This one, the twisted one. Goenka's building. Yeah, man. We're only 3 days away now. Maza aane wala hai. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hello, Mr. Sairaj Kulkarni, Wagwan veteran. Has Faizu forgotten his YouTube password or is he on a sabbatical? Faiz not well. I think he has a fever the last couple of days. And also, yeah, I think Faiz is huge Sunrisers fan. He is going to slowly get into the World Cup. We have to give him a bit of a push and get him to the World Cup fever. But he has a different type of fever right now, so he's not well. So he's just taking a rest. Hopefully, he'll be back. We need to, yeah, I don't think he'll have the same energy like he did with Sunrisers, but we'll make him get there. Don't worry. We'll make him get there. The Swiss team has complained about a lot of rattlesnakes in the training ground in Sandy. No way. Stone Cold Steve Austin there as well. Athletics report Perez going for Alvarez. Man, you saw the Mourinho thing yesterday, that announcement? That was sick, bro. The heat is going to be the major challenge, and Mexico will back a lot on it. Also, Colombia and Ecuador, 100%. I agree with that, and that's why I have Ecuador as like the dark horses because they also play on that altitude, and when it comes to games where they're in the day and stuff, they will just have those extra legs. I think that extra stamina. क्या पता हुआ healthy खाना खाने जब आप रोहित शर्मा से भी ज़्यादा injured Oh my God, that's a big dig. I think that there are totally there. What is that happening there? Oh, Wagwan. Wagwan. We'll play the for FIFA Fantasy as well. I'll check it out today, and then we'll share the code and stuff on Instagram, on YouTube, and everything. I think that'll be fun, man. Why not make a World Cup fantasy team? Also Ericsson needs to. Yeah, man, I saw that yesterday. I felt really bad again. Like he collapsed. Hopefully he's all right. Like they did put out a statement that he's okay. He's doing well. and he told the team as well to let them know that he's doing okay. But I don't think he'll play, man. He needs to. I don't think he played this World Cup, especially in this heat and stuff. Usko rehne do. Yeah, something happened to his pacemaker, I think. But yeah, that was scary, man. That was scary. I think we have a couple more games, right? Like friendly games. Even Portugal might be playing on Wednesday, just before the World Cup. World Cup starts on Thursday, innit? So yeah, that would be very interesting. Ericsson should retire. Ericsson. Had Kyle Walker retired? He actually, that's a good question. I think so, man. He retired or they took him out. I think he retired, bro. That's a good question. But he's not there. He's like with Talk Sport, or I was watching his analysis somewhere like that. But man, they're starting the Netflix show. Gary Lineker, Alan Shearer, and Michael Richards. I watched this podcast the last couple of years. It's called This Is Football, and now Netflix has bought the rights, so they're going to do a show every day. I'm hoping that's going to be good, man. And another podcast came out today, Rio Ferdinand and Gary Neville. I'll watch that as well in a bit. That will be exciting as well. That's a random link up because not random. They played together and everything, but they're on opposite sides of broadcasting. Ferdinand is usually BP Sports. This guy Gary Neville was on Sky Sports. Then this guy had the Rio Ferdinand podcast, the Five podcast. This guy had the Overlap or whatever you call it. So it's good to see them together, man. Lincoln. मुझसे एक ब्रेकिंग न्यूज सुनी क्या गेस who's joining as assistant coach of Jose Mourinho? Pepe Rudiger को कमी हो रही थी इसलिए. Yes, Rashford is in the squad, but Rashford. It'll be either Rashford or Gordon who's going to start off the left, I think, for England. And then Saka, Mabrowski is going to be on the right. Kane. Then behind, who's going to play? Morgan Rogers or like Bellingham, probably. Bellingham, Rice, and Elliott. That might be it, Mr. Ashutosh McIntosh. But Rashford is going to be. He's in the squad. Rashford is in the squad for sure. ड्रॉग बाबा केम केम मतलब क्या है वो भाई सही में इस बार फाइट हुई है ड्रेसिंग रूम में अगली बार रॉयल रंबल होगा which matches are you going to attend man right now I don't have any if they drop the prices and stuff then I can go and check it out but right now they're really expensive bro to be very honest but we'll try to go outside and watch games and stuff but in the stadium right now it's like tough to get in if you can get me a nice seat for the finals, then I'll go, bro. गलती से ही गया क्या गलती से if USA finishes second and Iran finishes second then we might have Iran bro that is going to be wild bro that will be Donald Trump is coming today for game 3 man Spurs versus New York Knicks New York is going to be on fire today man पागल होने वाले आज उन लोग and in Manhattan they're going to go crazy bro they're going to go wild in Manhattan क्या फायदा जब ट्रॉफी कम देगा क्या फायदा is he yeah he's gonna be there that's gonna be crazy game 3 Spurs versus New York Knicks is gonna be pretty wild most likely New York Knicks will win bro they're winning 2-0 right now it's best of 7 they have 2 home games in a row now they won the first 2 games away so it might be Knicks in 4 but I hope it goes to game 6 or 7 man that'd be pretty good Phantom, make sure you're making your team as well. Huh? The fantasy team will get the code and stuff. What are your top 4 semifinals? Let me know. What's up, man? Feel to Nick and Forky are yeah, man. Today's Spurs need to win, bro, to do something. Need to win. Wemby needs to go off, man. I just want him to go off today. Missed my goat, Steph Blatter. You miss him, huh? Steph Blatter, your goat. It's gonna be wild, bro. 3 days to the World Cup, Canada, Bosnia. I think the first game is Mexico, South Africa. Oh, that's a rematch of Shabalala. And you know what's crazy? South Africa was the host nation. South Africa, Mexico. Now Mexico is the host nation against South Africa. That's wild, man. Akshay Kumar याद आ गया भाई आशुतोष भाई. If you know, you know वाला. बस पैसा लेके रशिया और कतर को दिया कौन सी fake notes allowed. Where is Faizu, man? He is not in World Cup fields yet. Yeah, he's just IPL, man. Faiz is all IPL guy. Only Sunrisers, Orange Army, baby. So he actually has a fever. Like hopefully he'll come back in the next few days. Not World Cup fever, an actual fever. I think like the IPL got a lot out of him, but he'll be back soon. But yeah, first the IPL man, baby. Sunrise Hyderabad's his main thing. SRH. Yeah, Keshav, I hope you're liking the content, man. We're trying. You motivated us a lot, so hope you're enjoying the content. We're doing different videos, trying to get different people on, trying to do a thing. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but koshish kar rahe hain. If England wins the World Cup, then Matt Joachim, they'll probably. Oh, remember Saka? I said, but they'll probably give it to Declan Rice, man, if they win. DC, man, Declan Rice. But Harry Kane could be a shout, but he didn't win the Champions League, so I don't know. PSG, even Declan Rice didn't win the Champions League, but the problem is Premier League has more weightage, I think. PSG में कोई English player नहीं है. Yeah, man, didn't see the. Sorry. Yeah, man, didn't see the vids yet. We'll share the gang as well. Yeah, man, that's for you, bro. And then, like, even doing some storytelling on Instagram for you. First, by getting nightmares after SRH schooling by Vaibhav और बुरे सपने में मार खा के हिंगे celebrate भी करता है. Check. Where's Ardil? What did he say? Mm, I don't think कोई English player है यार PSG में मेरे हिसाब से. I don't think so. But yeah, big. I don't think England's gonna win the World Cup, man. Like in my opinion, I don't think they're gonna win the World Cup. But if they do, it's gonna be chaos. I got France jersey original. Yo, amazing, man. You're gonna see some different types of jerseys, bro. Here they have a lot of the jerseys selling. They're expensive, man. The original ones, huh? Man, Arthur Cooler, bro, that's my guy, man. And Yildiz, baby. Of course, I'm excited for Turkey, bro. That's always my dark horse every time because I have nostalgia for Turkey, man. 2002, they did really well, and I don't know if you remember 2008 Euros. Turkey, you used to come in the back end of matches, knockout matches, and they used to. It used to be like they used to be losing 2-0, 3-0, but एकदम से 3-3, 2-2, एक बार 4-4 कर दिया. And even the games they got knocked out again. It's Germany, I think it was semi-final or something. That game also they took it so close, man. They lost like 4-3 or something like that. I don't remember the exact score, but they had a wild Euros, man. They were so entertaining. Arthur Guller should be anyone's man hater. Euro में dark horse थी क्या 2020 में सारे हार गए थे. No, I mean in recent times Turkey hasn't been crazy, but like in 2008 the wild man. I have Italian jersey. Should I rip it or go? No, man, just keep it. Why not? You can wear it. A lot of Italians here in Toronto, man, they're hiding the jersey, and a lot of people are not, but they'll still wear it, I think. But if Italy was in the World Cup, you would see flags everywhere. And I don't know how it is in India, but like here in Canada, this is always not just because the World Cup is here. The cars and stuff, everyone puts like the flag of the team that they're supporting on the car. African and South American teams to suit करेगी condition. गुजर जैसे सॉफ्ट वहां की गर्मी पिघल जाएंगे. England is Rajasthan Royals of World Cup, and Rajasthan Royals is England of IPL. Jofra Archer. Turkey. Remember once they had Jofra Archer, Ben Stokes, and Josh Butler. I saw highlights. You gotta see it again, bro. Turkey 2008 Croatia versus Turkey game. Yeah, bro. Crazy, man. Turkey was unbelievable in that Euros. I'm telling you, bro. They were wild. They're supporting Spain. Vamos, क्या बात है. गर्मी में भी तो गर्मी है शायद. गर्मी समर में होती है शायद. विंटर में सर्दी होती है वहाँ पे. But yeah, I think गर्मी तो होती है तुर्की में. I never went to Turkey, so I don't know. Ashutosh bhai, you're the Mr. Worldwide, man. Where is it putting? He has information on all the countries. Pat Cummins, Australia. Then he has information on South Africa because of Klaassen. Then he has information on Hinge. I have a feeling कि Brazil कर देगी इस बार. Team अच्छी है plus manager is not for. That'd be amazing, man. Do you think England are playing too passively with the team they will They will get them results at the big stage. So the problem is, man, a lot of people say this, but they have to play passively. I don't think they can go man for man against Spain. I don't think they can go man for man against France. I don't think even against Brazil it's going to be difficult. If they start playing football, passing it around, knocking around, playing attacking football against these teams, they're going to get exposed, especially with that defensive line. I'm telling you, they have to play pragmatic. They have to be a bit defensive. That's what I feel. And we've seen reach certain stages of the World Cup semifinals, finals because they've been pragmatic. Obviously, in the finals, like Spain and stuff will have the advantage because they'll have more of the ball. But at the end of the day, like you need to have a team like that. I don't think England have the team who can. They say, yeah, man, Bellingham, ये वो चलो ठीक है मैं मानता हूँ अच्छे प्लेयर है यार. मैं उनके साथ कौन खेलते ये देखो. मॉडरिच खेलता था, अभी चुएमेनी खेलता उसके साथ. यहाँ विनी जूनियर खेलता उसके साथ. डेक्लन राइस के साथ यार इन लोग तो खेलते ना लाइक आपके फॉरेन प्लेयर्स जो है ऑडिगार्ड और क्या बोलते हैं हैवर्ट्स और गैब्रियल सलीबा ये सब भी तो खेलते हैं उसके साथ आज तो इंग्लैंड में केमिस्ट्री नहीं है एंड sometimes I mean chemistry I think is better now 2006 they had zero chemistry but yeah like I just feel on a skill level just based on pure talent do you see them being the most talented team I don't see it man. I see think Spanish team is more talented I think Portugal is more talented. I think France is more talented. Even Brazil, Argentina have flair as well. There's no player like Messi in England, bro. Keshav would say Saka, but I don't agree with that. You know, what I mean, अभी कौन सा मैच हो रहा है भाई? Netherlands. The Women's World Cup is starting soon as well, right? We're gonna have some content for that. Yeah, but that's my thoughts when it comes to England. I think they're a good team. They'll have to play a bit pragmatic. They'll have to play a bit defensively at times because they like man for man against big teams. They could struggle if they don't. And maybe they're lacking that defensive structure as well now, like with that lack of experience. बारह से आज क्या दिन है 8 है अभी 4 दिन है वो अच्छा फीफा वर्ल्ड कप भी तभी शुरू हो रहा है 11th को ना 12 को हो रहा है पता नहीं That's going to be a lot of fun as well, man. साका पहले शॉट तो हमारे गोल लाइन के 2 फीट पहले से Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And Saka's also coming out of injury. He hasn't played in a while. Like he looked a bit rusty in the Champions League final as well. He's coming out of injury. Harry Kane had a on and off season. I mean, he was good for Bayern Munich, but let's see what he brings. And yeah, injuries could play a part as well. George Scholes hasn't played the whole season, and they want him to lead the back line, man. I feel Brazil won't have synergy. I just want them to have vibes, man. Like do game, yaar bas maar lo hai, knock it around, do some oles, some kubris, the nutmegs and stuff. Just do those kind of things. That would be awesome, mate. That'd be flipping awesome. Brazil is a big clash of egos team. Everyone wants to be a hero. They're 100%, but that's where Ancelotti needs to come in, and that's where he will come in, and that's where he'll calm things down. That's where he'll let them play their game, let them, flourish a bit, let them be a bit more expansive. Because in World Cups, the managers normally they want to be a bit safe on the safe side. They won't really let the players free. They'll tell we need to track back. They'll do those kind of things. But I think Ancelotti will loosen the reins a bit and let them attack, bro. Brazil has the rush, but be practical mostly. Yeah, I mean, practical, kya, like, I didn't say they're going to win the World Cup, but I want them to play well, man. I want them to do well. उतना ही बोल रहा हूँ. I want them to do good because they have some good talent, man. Should Messi start? I think bigger responsibility should be on Enzo, Arturo, and Julian. I think Messi has to start, but he's still an amazing player. He's still killing it. But obviously, they need to share more of the responsibility. It can't be Messi can't always be the focal point because he is 39 years old. But man, Messi is still Messi. He's the best player in the world, bro. Is Licha in the squad? I think so. Can somebody check by Messi को bench नहीं कर सकते यार वैसे तो कोई चांस ही नहीं है but like वो point ठीक है कि the other guys just step up a bit more especially in the duration of 90 minutes or extra time as well But Messi is Messi, bro. He's the Lionel Messi, mate. The ball sticks to his feet, bro. Insane dribbling, insane vision. Yes, लीचा है. लीचा है और दूसरा भी लटूरो भी है और लीचा भी है, हाँ. और मैसी फैन, but there's some concerns पूरा 90 रिस्क होगा. नॉकआउट्स में एक्स्ट्रा में जा सकते हैं मैच. क्या फुटबॉल लगा रखा है आपने उसा भाई? ये कैसे भाई बोले कि फुटबॉल ही करना है? अभी 2 महीने तो खत्म है भाई. अभी क्रिकेट करेंगे, वुमेन्स वर्ल्ड कप थोड़ा बाद के वो करेंगे, आपसे बातचीत करेंगे क्रिकेट के बारे में, स्ट्रीम्स करेंगे. लेकिन अब वो वर्ल्ड कप शुरू हो रहा तो वो कैसे बॉस ड्यूटी मैन फिर हमारे को उल्टा बोलते कि क्या कर रहे, ये कर रहे, मगर फिर कैसे भाई दूसरी स्ट्रीम्स पे जाके नहीं बोलते यार चेसिंग ट्रॉफीज को देखो, उन लोग अच्छा फुटबॉल कंटेंट. आशुतोष भाई क्या बातें कर रहे हैं. भाई मेसी यूएसए में खेल रहा है, हीट से नहीं फर्क पड़ता उसको. वॉश की बॉलिंग में इंटरेस्टिंग नहीं है आजकल. वॉश की बॉलिंग आज बहुत इंटरेस्ट किया. अरे इंडिया जीत गई आज यार, मुबारक कॉज में, क्या बात है. आप एक ही पोजीशन में देखे क्या मैच? वर यू स्ट्रेस्ड आउट? डिड यू फील अफगानिस्तान इज गोइंग टू ड्रॉ द गेम? मानव सूत्र 6 विकेट ले लिया, या कुलदीप भाई 3 विकेट, सुंदर 4 विकेट, क्या क्या की हो गया. स्पीड 84 88 के बीच में कर रहा है, पहले बस 90 करता था. रियली इम्प्रूव्ड अ लॉट. ओह माय गॉड, वॉशिंगटन सुंदर की तारीफ हो रही है. यार मैंने खुद की डीपी वो है. क्रिकेट नहीं देखता, फुटबॉल फुटबॉल. उसी नो क्रिकेट मुझसे कुछ ज्यादा आया बढ़िया. ये क्रिकेट वाले कमेंट डीएम पे बताऊंगा यार. यार कैसे भाई जाके दूसरी टीम से बोलो यार, जैसिंग ट्रॉफी में अच्छा वो आया, एक बार जियानी आया, एक बार ठीक है विके मजा. और अच्छा आ रहा है, कंटेंट आ रहा है अभी फुटबॉल का. यू रिमेम्बर? या ऑफ कोर्स मैन, आई थिंक बाबा इज द वन हू शोड मी दैट रील. फुटबॉल देखता हूँ मैं, फुटबॉल. He loved that reel. That's one of his favorite reels. The Bob is also doing crazy content. Make sure you guys are going, subscribing, watching over there. Shivam Bhai, man, that guy is underrated, superstar, bro. He knows football inside out. That guy is the most knowledgeable man in India for football that I've met, bro. He's too good, man. Mr. Shivam. Ron Roberts. उसको तो यार, he watches freaking Brazilian league, Italian league. I spoke to him as well. Like whenever I speak to him, we talk about other leagues. He has too much information, bro. Mashallah, encyclopedia. That guy is the #1 football connoisseur in India, man. I'm telling you, he's very underrated. उसको by he needs to reach levels. I'm telling you, उसका वैसा बंदा है ही नहीं इंडिया में. Mr. Shivam. बाबा ने ब्राजील आज चांस प्रोडिक्ट किया है. क्या बात है बाबा के, जब कुछ करके पीटीटी पे बाबा के. Yes, Shivam, but he is biased for South Americans. Yeah, I mean that is fine, bro. But the information that he has is unbelievable, man. He can talk about Japan. He can talk about Uruguay, Ecuador, everything, man. He follows the freaking Brazilian league as well, man. And the Copa Libertadores. What is it? Libertadores. Libertadores. He's unbelievable, bro. I'm telling you, he's the biggest football expert in India, man. उसको सोनी पे रखो या जी पे रखो, स्टार स्पोर्ट्स पे रखो. Jimba has insane knowledge, but true. Yeah, I mean, stubborn about opinions. Even I'm stubborn. Like I also say that freaking Amram should go. We should go, right? Uh, थोड़ा दिखाओ आजू बाजू. कैसे भाई नहीं दिखा सकते, तुम्हारी आंखें फट जाएंगे. सन बेदिंग चल रही है बैल्कनी में, नहीं दिखा सकता हूँ. आपको आना पड़ेगा थोड़ा. वो सदर में क्या फुटबॉल बहुत फॉलो करते हैं, पर हम कैसे करेंगे नहीं बताते. We will put Paraguay above USA, Colombia above Portugal, Ecuador above Germany. सोनी पे तो प्रोफेशनल रेस बेटर माने है. बैरी बैरी कितने लपेगी 10/10 फाइन वाली? कितने लपेगी? कितने लपेंगे 10 by 10? जाएंगे बाहर से भी करेंगे वीडियोस. मजा आ रहा है भाई. कैसे भाई फुटबॉल कंटेंट आर यू एंजॉयिंग इट मैन? आई डिड द प्रिडिक्टर ब्रो टुडे. मेरे पास कौन सा आया फाइनल याद ही नहीं आ रहा मेरे को. डैम मैं फिर से जाके चेक करता. आई डिड द प्रिडिक्टर थिंग. दैट वाज फन मैन. आई पुट ऑल द possibilities. मगर मेरा कुछ अलग ही. I put Saudi until like quarterfinals, bro, and then finally got kicked out, or like until round of 16, I think. यहाँ पे तो नहीं. अभी तो शाम में निकलेंगे भाई. यहाँ पे शाम मतलब रात होती है 9 बजे. तो 6 बजे 7 बजे लोग जाते हैं वॉक्स के लिए, साइकिलिंग के लिए. फुटबॉल भी चलता है उधर पार्क में. There's training also. There's yeah, a lot of things happening, bro. It's summertime, baby. I've just spent the Indian summer 2 months. Now it's the North American summer. Keshav bhai, Faiz bhai, is he going for the Women's World Cup? Is he on the way, or is he, or no? Are you in Canada? He's just now. Well, he'll be back in the next few days for the football. वो भी कर लेंगे जमाइमा और हरमनप्रीत का रिव्यू प्रीव्यू इंडिया का. मैं सुना कि कोई हाथ मिलाए वहां जाके हैं. इज दैट ट्रू? हाथ मिलाए थे? हाथ मिले नहीं मिले? Not the captains. I heard someone met the captain. Is that true? Is that true, Mr. Ashutosh? Nah. Panama team is new. Is in New Testament. Where the hell is that, bro? I've never heard of that place. Man, I mean, कहाँ Panama भेज रहे हैं यार? Why do you think Italy has declined? Man, that's a very good question. I think Italy used to have a rule. Remember, like all the players need to play in Italy. I think first of all, the league got outbought by Premier League, Spanish League, and that was one thing. Before all the international players and stuff used to go over there, they had more exposure. Um, and yeah, in the last 10, 15 years, it's a very good topic. I think I'm going to do a bit more research on it. But their spine used to be very strong. Their defense, the goalkeeper, they started losing that, I think. And then the midfield, they had people who were creative. They had people who were like Gattuso was somebody who would run in and put in the tackle. Pirlo would be the creative guy. They had Del Piero in attack. They were a smooth team. They could play in transition. They could keep the ball as well. Right now, they're lacking a lot of things, and they're lacking superstar players, man. It's simple as that. Uh, Saga restaurant, resort and conference center. Wow, bro, वो बॉस्निया की बस आई थी, आई थिंक परसों डाउनटाउन में से. And search it up and go. Man, does Italy need a special player with certain heritage from Lazio? Musi, I'm glad that you're the true alpha who ignores something like Women's World Cup and Women's Cricket. No, man, I like Women's World Cup, bro. Pep Guardiola should go there and scratch. Musi, did your editor put Sadio Mane on thumbnail for video tender courses of FIFA World Cup? I'll check it out. I'll speak to Faz about it. So, Lazio से कोई नहीं आएगा अब. Yeah, I think Sadio Mane Senegal ना. वुमेन वर्ल्ड कप स्टार्ट तो नहीं वैसा मत सोचो यार कैशव. वुमेन स्टार्ट तो ऑलमोस्ट ऑल इंडिया गेम्स एंड 50 ओवर वर्ल्ड कप भाई लोग लाइव आए थे. या मैन 50 ओवर तो वी डिड. बहुत मजा आया भाई. बहुत मजा आया था 50 ओवर वर्ल्ड कप. वो गेम तो हम फैज भाई को तो भेजे भी थे. आपको याद है सेमीफाइनल फाइनल के लिए. He was there for both games. और मैं और बाबा लाइव करे फाइनल उनके चैनल पे क्रिकेट विद बाबा पे. वुमेन्स वर्ल्ड कप कौन देखेगा भाई? देख लेंगे यार, कोई बात नहीं. क्रिकेट तो है ना. क्रिकेट इज क्रिकेट ब्रो. Hey bro, yesterday somebody was saying Cunha will not play. That's Keshav bhai. I mean, just don't call him an idiot. He's a very good friend of mine on the channel. But yeah, Keshav bhai, why are you making idiotic statements? आज बोले थे, आज आए थे जियानी के सामने तो नहीं बोले कि why are you seeing Cunha में. He's the Chelsea fan. Romano Vento Floriani Musialoni. कोई नहीं करते सभी देखते हैं पहले ट्रोल करते फिर आगे बजाते हैं यार हमारी लड़कियां जीतने वाले हैं बोल के फाइनल से पहले बोल रहे थे उससे पहले बोल रहे थे किचन में रहना चाहिए ऐसा चलता है यार वियर्ड मैन great grandson can save Italian football. I hope so, man, because we need Italy back in football, man. Italy is very important. I mean, Scotland, I'm gonna like in this World Cup because they deserve to be there. Not like the cricket one. Scotland's gonna be a good team to watch, man. Potential dark horse for me, bro. Scott McTominay, Stoke McTominay is gonna kill it, bro. बिल्कुल ही FIFA World Cup टाइम पे है. बट इंडिया में देखेंगे ना बिकॉज फीफा वर्ल्ड कप आप जैसे लोग जो काम करते हैं फीफा वर्ल्ड कप टाइम बहुत मुश्किल है तो वर्ल्ड जब आप आएंगे ऑफिस से तो वर्ल्ड कप ही चलेगा क्रिकेट वाला तो आपके लिए ठीक है यहाँ पे नहीं देखेंगे बिकॉज यहाँ पे तो इट्स गोना बी माहौल बेबी वर्ल्ड कप आई थिंक वर्सेस स्कॉटलैंड फर्स्ट मैच ब्रो लेट्स गो मैन मैकटोमिने हैट्रिक हमारे तो इंटरनेट हिल जाएगा इंडिया देखेगा बस और हाँ तो वो तो वही तो काफी है ना इंडिया 1 बिलियन लोग देखेंगे तो काफी है उसमें से लोग देखेंगे यार फीफा वर्ल्ड कप इंडिया में नहीं देख रहे हैं क्या बट बिकॉज द टाइमिंग्स people will watch the women's world cup there's an Indian guy of Italian heritage who can play for Italy because he played football with people during his work related events if you know McTominay की notes आ रहे हैं I don't know tell me Ashutosh bhai yeah man notes आ रहे हैं उसके he's like as big as Maradona there and I'm telling you in Naples man सोच के स्केड्यूल करते ना टिम हॉटन्स खेल रहे होगा आज कल तो हाँ अभी जाऊंगा मैं even heard Qatar has an yeah they do yeah Qatar also has an Indian original player as well will play hopefully in the World Cup that would be amazing man so chicken Nando's bro accordion Sweden need a lot of luck let's go man Victor Gyökeres will get you that luck buddy his name is Victor Gyökeres he comes from Sweden the girls are very nice. That's gonna be crazy, man. But we'll join you soon. Make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe button. Also, please follow us on all the socials, and we'll get you the latest on the FIFA World Cup from cricket as well. But yeah, man, it was a lot of fun today. We had Gianni on the show. If you haven't seen him, go and rewind the first 20, 30 minutes. He was on live. He was giving his predictions and who he thinks will do good in the World Cup. Bye, bye, man. Potter will save them. रहने दो समझ आया तो फालतू में चैट का मुद्दा बदल जाएगा चलो चलो थैंक यू आशुतोष भाई थैंक यू फैंटम थैंक यू जिमी थैंक यू केशव थैंक यू everybody who joined us today even Suman bhai Shadow Fiend all of you guys we'll catch you very soon hit the like button subscribe button and stay tuned to Chasing Trophies